Hello. Welcome or welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm gonna build next to launch site. Now I'm here, fresh, on the beach, and I need to make my way over to this location. This is where I wanna build. I unfortunately messed up my recording, so none of my microphone has been recorded. But this wipe was too much fun to not turn into a video, so enjoy this different style. So then, on my way over, I found this horse. I used it to race to outposts and get the first few barrels I'd spawned there. I had a really good but really boring start by buying everything I needed from outposts. I headed towards my base location using the horse. I'm still mad at this. Luckily, I'd placed the bag not too far from outposts, which would save me a lot of time because I wouldn't be back on the beach. After fighting over some stone in the safe zone of outposts, I used my wood and some cloth I found to craft up my first bow. And on my way over to build my base, I saw this guy setting up his. And of course, I couldn't miss up the opportunity to get my first furnace. Somehow a pig can turn into a furnace in this game, but we don't question it. I'd now arrived at the top of the mountain where I wanted to build. Screw whoever places flag. Now this base design is a very popular one, so some of you might know this trick. But if you place the TC in a really specific way, you can place a vending machine in front of it while still accessing the TC, making it near unraidable. I'll explain this more later. Just in case you didn't notice, I don't have a roof on my base. So farming needed to be done. It was wipe day. This meant everyone was trying to get their base down, which results in little to no stone being anywhere. So before I went out to PvP, I got myself some stone before anyone else could take it.
I feel so blue. I need a meal like you. I need some bitches, some friends, and some jewelry. I'm trying to get like you.
Normally killing nakeds is frowned upon, but on wipe day, this doesn't apply. Although I didn't need low grade right now, I would need it in the future, so I went home to get a tool to farm the pig. I tried to get this deer, but they're invincible. I don't think I've ever killed one before. Anyways, I was chasing another player, got snuck up on by this guy. I was seconds away from killing him, but it didn't matter. I clapped to increase my HP at a campfire and continued on. With my extra resources, I finally upgraded the base to stone. turned all my animal remains into low-grade fuel, crafted up my first furnace. Now I want to show you a new pay-to-win item that I just purchased, the cauldron. Cauldron takes up virtually no space because you can place other items inside of it. I'll show you later how I'm able to place a large box in it. After taking that L, I headed back inside and heard this dude outside my base.
Dude, come on, I don't got shit. This was my first stone. I ain't got shit, dude. I ain't got yak shit.
I told him to drop his stone and that I wouldn't kill him.
Yeah, you're gonna kill me anyways.
I then wished him luck and said goodbye. This guy clearly had a bad start to his wipe.
Thanks, dude.
I never saw this guy again, but I like to imagine that he had a good time on the server. So, back to it. I saw a metal node nearby and decided to get it to keep my furnace running while I was out of my base. Thanks to this wolf, I was finally able to improve my fashion. And I was able to do these as well. Place down the bedrock as usual, put a new door on my TC, and discover a weird mechanic where the furnace is absolutely quiet. Pretty cool, just hide a furnace behind a door. Do you remember that box I was talking about? Well, here it is. Look at that. Now, this only saves a little bit of space compared to a regular campfire, but us Rust players take every advantage we can get. Now, right here, I wanted to make sure I had the wooden door at the front of my base, followed by a sheet door behind it. This way, I would look more broke from the outside of my base. I headed towards launch site to get my first bit of scrap, so that I could finally get a tier 1 workbench. But I ended up encountering this player who was triggering the Bradley tank.
Cause we keep it raw, I'ma hit it with no bottom, I'ma hit you with my soul, I'ma hit you with the flows. You should probably leave your phone, ain't no service where we go, but you can't be iffy.
It's a shame there's a guy on top of the zip line. In fact, this group was much bigger than I thought. In order to go back and try to salvage anything, I needed clothes to be able to avoid the radiation from launch site. Luckily, I was blessed by this wolf being just outside my base. From the great view that I had, I was able to watch one of the players leaving. This was looking good. Despite dying, I'm now leaving with more loot than I came in with. And the cherry on top, this guy DC'd. Even more loot for me. All this clothing would be essential as it would allow me to enter launch site anytime I want. On my way back home, I saw this guy, trying to become my new neighbor. Just by me shooting a few arrows, he decided to block himself into a 1x1 with no door. I headed home to depot all the loot I'd gathered, because it obviously wasn't worth the risk. I headed back as soon as possible and snuck up. Yeah, that's crazy timing. Anyways, I rudely took over the base, and this way I had a second little home. On my way out, I chased down this guy. I'm still not sure why he tried to fight me when he had all this farm on him, but hey, I'm not complaining. Ah shit, never mind. It's about time that I kill a naked that isn't loaded. Off the launch site I went in the search for more scrap to get that tier 1 workbench. Damn, that's unfortunate, but I'd like you to meet Cape, someone who comes into the story much later.
You're so fucking lucky. I can't even believe it.
Losing that scrap sucked, but I went back, never found Cape, but instead found this guy farming barrels. I finally had enough scrap to craft up my tier 1 workbench. This also gave me easy access to the roof. My base was at the highest point of the mountain, giving me a whole view of my neighborhood. I could now easily defend against door campers. So after upgrading my base, I headed into launch site because I heard some commotion. Nice, a salvage pickaxe and a hatchet. But I still wanted to go to this fight. Never mind, I now have a shotgun trap, and considering my health was lowered from the full damage I took earlier, I changed my mind. Having an ice pick was huge for me. I wanted to be able to farm enough to upgrade my base so that I had my bunker already set up for the night. I depoted my loot and placed down my shotgun trap, and of course clapped because I'm a child. I placed down my random electricals that I'll probably never use, and then crafted up some ammo for the shotgun trap. Next up, it was time to use the hatchet and the salvage pickaxe. I carefully hit all the trees down to 1 HP so that I could harvest them all at the same time. This is essential for solos to do as it keeps you stealthy.
No! Fuck you! Why you kill?
So after depoting all that stone, I decided to take a break. And when I logged back on, someone burnt my front door. Pointless. I don't know why they did. But I did some organization and then continued on like normal. I crafted up the only tier 4 weapon in the game, the double barrel shotgun. So that was enough killing nakeds for now. I started to upgrade my base to prepare for the bunker and the second floor. In the morning, I started work on building the bunker. The bunker in the space is also known as a pixel bunker, and in order for me to create it, I have to build this loot room first. So starting work and trying to achieve the pixel gap, I ran into a problem. I had built way too close to the launch site, which meant I didn't have enough space to place down the temporary foundations. I spent thousands of wood and over an hour trying to figure this out, to try and come up with an alternate version. But I simply didn't have enough space. So I gave up and clapped the night away. I then decided that I'd hypnotize all of you and clap to make you think that the base was there all along. So yeah, I really rebuilt the whole base. And I'll quickly recap you on what I did. So I built up the base and carefully placed the TC so that the vending machine would fit later. I also picked up doors from the old base and even made the interior of the base the same. While I was building, I ended up meeting this guy. For some reason he invited me to team and didn't say a word. I didn't accept the invite and just ignored it and continued on like normal. And while I was building the outer loot room, I heard footsteps. I ran inside the depot and I came back outside with full confidence, knowing I had nothing to lose. Yep, that was the same guy trying to be friendly. So it turns out he lives quite close to me and we would get into some fights later in this video. Anyways, you're watching me build the pixel bunker. It requires really special placement and is best explained by the base builder. Link is in the description. Now, if you have a look at the stability of this triangle, it's 11%, which obviously isn't normal. This is a really good indicator as to whether your bunker will work. So here's how you use the bunker. Place down this door frame for extra stability, then place the floor that you want to upgrade. Boom, sealed. Keeping the door frame twig, destroy it when you want to unseal. And there we have it. We're fully recapped. With the extra space in my base, I placed down my deployables. And I just couldn't help myself, but I started building some more. Here I'm building the front of the base. Now this base is going to have a shop at the front of it, which very shortly I will use to sell guns in order to craft some drones. And of course I chopped up that neighbour's bag. Here I'm building where the oil refinery goes in this space. And there we have it. I have a second floor fully built up and I have access to my roof. Now I seriously had a problem and just kept building. I honeycombed around the base for the first floor. And finally I finished doing the airlock. I tracked down a guy at launch site who'd stolen my horse, got it back from him, went back to base, and then logged off for the night. Now day 2. Day 2 is a big day. My plan is to try control launch site as best as I can as a solo using drones. Now a big base popped up overnight. I think they were night owls because I didn't see them for the rest of the day. Now one of the SAM sites at launch site had been destroyed, meaning someone had been flying up to the top with a mini. Eventually I would see someone familiar trying to do exactly that. But I wouldn't be able to counter that with my crossbow. I needed a tiny bit more scrap to get my tier 2, which would allow me to craft guns and ammo. So I didn't recycle, I headed home and depoted all my components. I then quickly did some roof camping. Then gathered all my components to recycle and made sure that I had a camo skin. Pay to win. Now, in almost perfect timing, Brad had just been taken. I headed over with a grub kit, keeping my gun as a backup in the base. It was this guy, the guy who tried to be friendly with me. Wanting my revenge, I headed back straight away. Now I used my excellent view of launch site to pick my time to fight. Somehow, I had managed to kill the rat who got out with half of the Bradley loot. Greedy for more, I went back and used my good view of launch site to observe and wait for the perfect opportunity. Now somehow, footsteps don't work vertically too well in this game. I was able to hear someone down in the woods below me. Now me being fairly broke, I headed home to depot the SAR. Now this random naked outside my base is actually someone that we've met before. Yep, it's the same neighbor who tried to be friendly, then tried to door camp me, and then killed me with his python. I was happy knowing that I was the one running with guns now, and he was back to the bow. Using the great view of launch site again, saw a lot of commotion near the green card room. Tons of bodies were piling up, and people that were looting were getting killed over and over. I started to move closer so that I was in a more powerful position. Now that I'd cleared the area, I headed in. And there we have it. In a matter of minutes, I had gone from being broke with just one gun to where I am now with a healthy amount of loot. Things had cooled down and I went to Outpost. I recycled the loot from Bradley for extra gunpowder and low grade. Using my tier 2, I crafted an electric furnace and set up an industrial circuit for it, allowing me to put in ore into the small box and get cooked ore back to the small box automatically. Using the extra low grade from the Incend rockets, I crafted up an oil refinery. Now I think it's about time that we upgrade our roof. But first, we need to do some farming.
Man, I just spawned in. I'm getting raided.
Now this roof design is well known and quite popular now, but even though that's the case, people still struggle to kill you when you're inside of it. Now obviously I don't recommend roof camping. If you're solo, you don't mind the chance of getting raided, go for it. Now I had actually bought a computer station from Outpost, but I couldn't craft any drones, so there was no point placing it down. I thought I'd try my luck at setting up a shop so that I can sell my guns for key crafting ingredients like the CCTV camera. Now I'd spent quite a bit of time in Outpost and just doing general base stuff. So much time that Bradley had respawned and started getting taken instantly. So before I went over, I set up the shop selling SARS for HQM and CCTV cameras. Looking back at it, I played way too safe. Seeing this guy with night vision, not being able to see him back, really put me off. So I played it slow, looped around and waited till night went. I safely made it home and decided to check the shop. Someone had bought some of my SARs. I put my new extra SAR in there and then set up the computer station for the drone that I would soon be using. Some time passed and even more SARs had sold. I then did some quick roof camping . But to no success. Karma is real. I later went out roaming once again. I depoted this extra kit in the old base. I then made my way back over to my new base, and this happened. Thanks to the shop, I crafted a drone not too long ago. So during the night, I placed it down and hopped on the computer station to use the drone for the first time ever. I even got to watch a group fight play out. It was really fun just being able to fly really close to people who were concentrating on trying to live. Now it's all fun and games watching a fight, but it doesn't benefit me. So I went on the search for players or potential fights that I knew I could win in my area. Flying past my base, I went into territory that I had not yet roamed. And I found this base, with a scrap heli on top. Now whenever I'd see people taking Brad, they would come from this direction, most likely from this base. Obviously I wanted to steal this scrap heli at some point, but right now they have turrets. 3 turrets to be exact, covering 3 out of 4 sides of their base. On the side that didn't have a turret, I could use 4 ladders to get to the roof safely. And on my way back home, guess who I saw? As refreshing as it was to see him broke, this would not be the last time we crossed paths. Now I went to take a break and came back to Brad being taken. So I crafted up 4 ladders as calculated and headed on over to the scrap heli. Now I couldn't go directly towards the base. I had to go at a specific angle to avoid the turrets. Embarrassing. Now I had to be quick here. Any one of them could die at launch site and respawn in base for a new kit, which could result in them hearing me. This was good. No turrets on the roof to kill me, and plenty of low grade in the heli. Having extra low grade fuel would help me out here, because I had a plan. I'm honest, my plan did not involve living. So it was fun while it lasted, but let's go back with a gun. Now this fight went on for a long time, and I just kept losing, until the sun had set, and I decided to hop on my drones. I ended up watching this guy run out of launch site, directly below my drone. Now, it did take quite a bit of time, but we finally got a win. So after a short break, I once again hopped on the computer station. Whilst it was tempting to kill these guys, I wouldn't be able to access their loot because I did not have a red card. The best plan for me would be to shoot them down when they're trying to fly away after completing the run. The sweet sound of Cape's heli blowing up. Someone had the exact same plan as me and shot them as they were leaving. This opened up the perfect opportunity for me to loot nice and slow. So heading home, I depoted the loot. I then set up the vending machine, which blocks the TC off. However, due to weird mechanics and hitboxes, I'm still able to access the TC behind the vending machine. My base survived the night and the server died the next day. I'd like to say a big thank you for all the support on the recent videos, and once again, I'm sorry that my mic didn't record for this one. I really hope you enjoyed this different style of video. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments, and subscribe for more weekly uploads.